Now let us talk about combos. All right, what combos are, how they can help our business, and why do we need combos, and exactly how much or how many numbers of combos should we have in our menu. Okay, so combos are basically giving discounts, right? We club two products together and we give certain discounts to people, and that brings in helps us bring in more sales. Okay, so say one single product would cost 100 rupee for the guest, while you club two products of 100 rupees together and ask the guest to pay 180. You give them 20% discount, 20 rupee discount, they become happy for it, and they would tend to buy it more than buying two products at a time. All right, so they'll buy one product normally maybe, but if there's a combo they'll tend to buy two products together at a discounted rate, so your bill value increases. And second thing, you get people to try out new food by giving those products in a combo. Okay, otherwise people might not try to buy something new that's on your menu, rather they go for the old ones. So if you want to influence people to buying new things, you can place them in a combo. Okay, now when you're giving out these combos, you have to be very tricky. You cannot put in everything in a combo. Okay, then your a la carte sales would go reduced. Okay, so let's go one by one on the pointers. So your combos need to be limited. Okay, say for example I have bao bowls, which are like rice and gravy combos in a bowl together, half portion of rice or noodle and half portion of any kind of gravy that I have listed. Now I have different kinds of rice toppings, and I have different kinds of gravy that has different kinds of meat or vegetables or paneer into it. Okay, but when I prepared a combo, what I tried to was I tried people to try the new gravies with any of my basic, say, hakka noodle or fried rice. But I gave them only two options, either vegetables, exotic veg in their gravy, or chicken in their gravy. Okay, but when I have actually for a la carte a lot many different options, I have prawns, I have paneer, I have different kinds of things, but for the combo I didn't give that. Why? Because one, different kinds of toppings which are costlier would cost me more as well. So with a discount value on the cost I'm incurring, my food cost will go right up. Okay, so that is one thing. And second thing is that if I give them every option in a combo, then why would they buy the a la carte? I just want them to try the basic product, and then they can buy the main thing on an a la carte version, which will give me more money. Okay, now only with products that have at least one of the products, if they cost low, we should place the combo with another one that might have higher or similar food cost. Okay, because if both products are costly and I give a discount, my food cost will go up. Okay, now if one product is less costly to me and one product is a bit premium, and I club them together, it will balance out even after a discount, and my food cost will stay where it should be, that is 30% and below. Okay, nothing more than that, nothing more than that. Say because of certain packaging problems and all, with new kinds of packaging costing us more, it might reach to 32 because of packaging, but you should never overshoot than that. All right, so their combos will help. Now in terms of a cloud kitchen, your combos need to be food versus food only. Never go beverage and food. Why? Because first off, you won't have that much of attraction for beverage. Beverages are best sold on impulse buying. Okay, people see beverage, people see dessert, people buy dessert. But that happens when they are outside of their home, not when they are inside their home. So your traction for beverage, your traction for dessert will always stay low. So if you're creating a combo, making everything up, doing some promotions, and then if there is no traction for that combo, then it's going for a waste. Alright? You're just using that space up, writing up stuff, clicking pictures, promoting it, wasting money, and nothing is happening. So the end goal won't work. So for a cloud kitchen, it's best to match food with food rather than food and beverage. But if you have dining and everything else with you, then you can do beverage combos. But if you're just going for a cloud business, don't go for any beverage combo. And other than that, in today's world, with plastic being on a ban thing, okay, the cornstarch materials, the recyclable materials, the glass bottles, these all packaging materials are very costly. A glass bottle would cost you around 14 to 19 rupees per bottle, including delivery, depending on where you are. If you're in Delhi, maybe your cost will go low. If you're near Mumbai, your cost will go low. But if you're in any other city where proper bottles are not being produced, and you have to, you know, get it delivered from Delhi or get it delivered from Indore or get it delivered from Mumbai, your cost will shoot. Okay, now say your beverage would hardly cost you 25 rupee, but a 25 rupee beverage with a 19 rupee bottle, that's already 40 rupees. Even if you sell it for 180 rupees, you still have a huge food cost that is almost similar to food, which on a dine-in would never happen because you'll be using paper cups. But for a delivery, the cost will already overshoot. Okay, so beverage combos won't work because it will give you more cost and your food cost will rise up, and end of the day it will not be profitable. Okay, so beverage might only work if you say doing a business of pizza and coke. That will work. Why? Because there's a culture of ordering coke along with pizza. That's how it tends to work. But on other food, it will not work. People won't just keep on buying mojitos from you on home delivery. I get delivery orders on beverage that is very low. But since I have dine in and takeaway, I have a greater pull on beverage. Okay. Now, a combo will, just like what I said, it will increase your APC, average per ticket. Why? Because you're clubbing two food items together will have a higher cost than one food item. And when people buy two food items together in a combo, they make some discount, they get some discount, they're happy, you get some more sales, you're happy. So it's a win-win scenario for both of us. Okay, so combos will help you increase your sales. All right, and with combos you can actually promote products that are not selling that well. You have your premium product, your bestseller product. If you can club it with the product that is not selling that well, if you can create some sort of a combo that will help, you might be able to get people to try out that product that's not selling. And if that product movement increases, since people started trying it out, sometimes it happens. All right, you have an amazing product, people don't know about it, people haven't tasted it, and they're afraid of trying it. Think about it, might be a waste of money. Now if you can influence it with combos, catchy prices and good catchphrases, it might work, and the product that might not have been selling might start to overshoot. All right, that's happened with my soups. I still don't have soups on my bestseller, but the moment I created a combo for a week to try out soups with some other products, it clicked and people are buying soups now. Okay, one fine day I even delivered 15 soups altogether in an entire day. Okay, 15 soup is huge. Okay, when I was not even having soup orders, say only one or two. All right, now along with these combos and offers, there's certain things that you should never do. Say like buy one get one. You're already in a delivery business. You're paying higher for packaging, you're not charging people for packaging. You're giving huge commissions to these aggregators, right? Around 30%. And with all of these, if you're doing offers like buy one get one, that's a huge discount. 50% you're just deducting out of it. And say one product costs you 100 rupee, two product costs you 200 rupee, maybe you're selling them for 400 rupee. All right, you give them a discount of direct 200 rupee, so both those products will cost you around 200 rupees. So what do you win? Nothing. And end of the day, with a commission, what do? You gain loss out of a BOGO. Never go for BOGO. Even Domino's stop BOGOs, man. It doesn't work. BOGO is outdated. It's a heavy offer. And once you start giving out offers like BOGO and all, buy one get one, people will wait for the day you're just giving BOGO and they'll only order that day. limit all the offers, limit all the discounts, have more combos than discounts. All right, tend to avoid discounts at every cost. Discounts don't make your business run throughout the time. Discounts will only give you initial few days shoot up and will again go down just because you're not giving discount. And at that way, in that same way, what you'll do is you'll end up spending more and more money while you'll gain very less. Okay, and rather you might even do losses for it. So prepare better combos, have it very well planned, make it catchy, give them some good names for those combos so that it's more, you know, impulsive. It makes people buy them, and limit the number of combos that you have. Pick your combos correctly, and totally avoid giving any sort of discounts. All right, from day one, try to keep your brand as less discounted brand as possible. All right, don't give that image to people that you are already giving discounts for no reason at all. Discount should be something that once you give one day discount, that people would crowd up because they have never seen a discount on your brand. All right, so it should have that effect. If you have continuous discounts and offers running, it will not help your business at all. Okay, so thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.